Hi guys, welcome to Reality React channel. In this channel, we watch reality TV shows to recap, review, and for the fun of it. And today, I'll be recapping Uthando nesthembu season 8, episode 31. So it's not the finale. The finale will happen next week because I noticed that they're saying what will happen in the next episode on the preview. And I'm like, it just displays that thing that I said about Mseleku. That this whole episode, it just shows that he doesn't respect his wives. He thinks that they are all delusional. And you know what? I took it upon myself to Google these things, but as I was Googling, I'm like, oh, they're actually showing us what it means. Guys, delusion is actually a disorder of some sort. So if this man can call his wives that they are delusional, it means that he not only does he agree that MaKhumalo was right to say that MaYeni is delusional, he's saying that in his direct session when he's alone, he said all his wives are delusional. What type of a person is this, guys? And also, remember we said that he's gonna, the episode starts with him talking to MaKhumalo and below about the snake issue, and they are all laying out their grievances, and they are all, because Mangwabe says that the reason why she went up to her, it was so that she can remind her what she has done for her. I'm like, that's the thing, you are not supposed to do that, because if that was your biological child, you wouldn't say it. And she's saying it because now she's a stepmother, she doesn't have to do the things that she's doing, so she wants to be appreciated. I feel her her pain around that, because it's like you are doing things for this person out of the goodness of your heart, because her dad and her other stepmother said, I am not dealing with this type of thing again where you keep falling pregnant and then I need to raise your kids and stuff like that, and you're not participating in the raising of the kids, right? But also, for someone who is a nurse to partially throw out diagnosis around Snape's mental development, it was just wrong, right? We get that. But also her reminding Usne what she has done for her and all of that, it partially is wrong, but I'm just like, I understand where you are coming from. And also from Mseleku to sit. So that's why on my cover, I said that she was mothering while Mseleku just watched. And we found out that Mseleku did not watch. Apparently, MaKhumalo said to him that he must sit down and not do anything because he's not well. I'm like, Mseleku, that we saw him kissing Makwela a few days ago. We don't know how long it was, but a few episodes ago. But like now, we are being told he can't stand up. When he was so excited, so jovial the other time, so happy that he could have jumped up and down, that now we are being told he can't stand up to Sneh and say, Sneh, you can't do that to your mother. Sneh, don't do that to my wife here if you don't consider her, because you are saying that angakuzalanga and stuff. So you can, he could have said, don't do that to my wife, don't disrespect my wife like that. I don't like it when you do that. He could have done that. And Sneh, these are the people that you live in the same yard with. I would like for you to get along with them. If you can't get along with them, at least be like, be able to talk to them. Just say hi. You don't have to debrief about your day, type of thing. That's what I mean. So like, for him to keep quiet and allow MaKhumalo, who is 5 years older than Sneh, to say don't stand up, don't do anything while you are the father. Why are you allowing your wives to lead you in that sense? That's why I said this man, he lets his wife carry on the parenting while he sits down and relax and be called Baba and Daddy and all of those things while he's not doing much. He's Ubaba by name, but he doesn't do his responsibilities. For me, that was just something that I didn't like about how he handled that Sneh and Mangwabe situation, right? And also MaKhumalo, but we are not disputing that these women have done stuff for this girl, and maybe they have the right to remind her, but I just feel like you can't do that because she didn't ask for it. And even if she did ask for it, if you didn't want to do it, you could have said no. Because also, MaKhumalo had a discussion with Usne, and then apparently Sneh kept quiet throughout the whole thing, but MaKhumalo has a recording Why was she recording her? Will she record the conversation between her and Umpilo? Would she record the conversation between her and Ulwandle? I want Matsele to tell them that you can't do that to her kids. Because Matsele does not want anyone to be doing anything to her kids. I want her to be the one that stand up for Usne and say, you cannot do that. Did you have the discussion? Actually, she can't release that conversation because, okay, legally she can't, because if she does release that recording, she didn't ask for permission from Usne to say, you can record the conversation, because she was not having that conversation by herself, like me right now. So she can't, right? So she needs to keep quiet and not talk about the recording that she didn't ask for permission from the person she was recording. That's wrong. She doesn't have the legal thingy. She doesn't have the parental rights, I think, right? Because yeah, she's not the only stepmother there in that relationship, and Usne does not consider her as a mother. And also the reason why Mbelo thinks that it's pointless to have a conversation with Usne around the fact that she dislikes her, because she thinks that the reason why she won't have the conversation with her is because Usne is disrespectful towards Mangwabe and MaKhumalo. She calls them layer too. And I'm like, yeah, she doesn't see them as her parents. So she is disrespectful. We agree that Sneh is disrespectful. She's like her father, because her father, the things he said to MaYeni. I don't know. If MaYeni becomes the first wife to leave Mseleku, I wouldn't be surprised, because their arguments, guys, they become serious. You even get, as I watch them, I feel a little bit uncomfortable. I'm like, this is like a proper argument. This is not even an argument. It's actually a fight, because an argument, people's voices and do not get raised to that level that they get raised at. And I wonder if the other wives could hear from the big house where they were having dinner, because the reason why that conversation was happening is because MaYeni said she's not going to the dinner. But anyway, apparently Usne responded to MaKhumalo about the clothing. She said that you are talking like this, sometimes wearing my clothes. So while you are wearing my clothes are talking about the love I have for you. And Usne said, you bought me these clothes because you wanted to brag. The same way she's saying that Mangwabe is saying that Usne needs counseling. Usne needs her dad. Tell her whatever he needs to tell her. Usne need people not to give up on her, unless if they consider her as someone who is mentally challenged and then needs, I don't know what type of help, but she needs help, because I understand being angry at a person, but when it's like, it's like it's the same phenomenon. When you give people things that they didn't ask for, they will remind you, I didn't ask for it. You gave it to me. And now you are reminding me that you bought me stuff. So I think that's Snake's problem. She's saying these people remind her when they have bought her stuff, so they are not parents. And MaKhumalo said that she had the conversation with Snake privately, because Usne tells them all the time that you are doing it for the camera. And I think Mseleku did this whole session for these meetings for the camera. I don't think that under normal circumstances he will have addressed it, because it seems like it's in his character to not address stuff. So I don't think that this guy is the type of person that you can rely on in terms of resolving stuff. He's not that type. He likes to walk through issues. He likes to ignore them. He likes to just let things be. I think that's where his comfort comes from. He's not confrontational. He's not a problem solver in that sense, in relationshipically, because I believe that in his business he might be. And also, I mean, like, he's not where he is because he can't solve problems. Obviously, he is a businessman of some sort, right? And also he noticed that he can't have one wife bearing 20 kids, and therefore he had multiple wives, so that's solving his problems, and that's good for him. But I think that also they are addressing that issue of, hey guys, actually Mseleku kept quiet even in that thing, because he leans into them and then he said there's nothing he can do, because this thing he has gone through with it. And I want Matsele to watch that scene, even if she doesn't watch the whole thing. I want her to watch that thing And I want her to force Usne to go to counseling because her dad can't help her. Her dad is not the type of man that resolves issues. Her dad is not the type of man that, hey, I wonder what will happen what is it? In the Inganese's team seasons, the following seasons, because I think this might still be a thing. Because unless if they shot these scenes this year, because when I looked at the diary session, MaYeni and Mseleku, when she seems like she was wearing those clothes where he called her delusional. So you can't tell me that they shot that 2 diary sessions wearing different clothes. So they are still talking about that delusional. And remember, in the other time, she said it's fine that you and your wife call me delusional because also Mseleku called her delusional. So I think unless if this scenes that that is being shown now was shot this year, then we might not have proper information of what happened and stuff like that for the Inganese's temple because it was probably shot last year as well. But moving forward, before he married these women, especially MaKhumalo and probably MaYeni, the houses were not there when they got there, when they were staying with Mseleku before he married them, the same way that Mangwabe has thrown insult at Usne to say that you go around staying with men and now you are going around saying that you won't move out of this yard because this is your father's house. Both of them are saying that they have made that home a warm home. I'm like, who forced you? And he's also saying, MaKhumalo is even saying that these kids must not think that their dad did them a favor. He married them because he loves them. I'm like, hey, if only she knew that he married them because he wants to make kids with them, not because of love, my darling, because that's not how Mseleku views you. But maybe he does, but I just don't trust that it's love. You can't give love to so many people. It just doesn't make sense in my head. But maybe because I'm a woman, so there's that. But also at the same time, I'm just like, this whole thing of the delusion that MaKhumalo has about the love, because when she says that you married us because of love, if the other person loves you, they are supposed to say yes, and they're supposed to say, you know what, I'm going to try and talk to Usne by myself. Or I'm going to try and talk to Usne maybe with Matsele. I'm going to try to talk to Usne with MaYeni because I need this thing resolved. I need her to understand that you guys are my wives. She needs to respect you. She can't talk to my wife the same way she talked to, and even though Mangwabe's voice as well was raised, which means that, so it needed that type of response that Usne gave her. And remember, the age difference between Mangwabe and Usne, it's less than 15 years. I don't know how old she is, Mangwabe, but I know she's not 45 yet. So there's that. So, I feel like he needs to stand his ground. He needs to resolve this thing of MaKhumalo making excuses for him to say that he's not well, therefore he couldn't stand up. And also, why did he allow Usne to point fingers at her? He should have said, little girl, put your fingers down, I'm your father. You don't need to be strong if your kid respects you and if your kid knows that your voice is good. And also, they don't know that Usne went to marry Umakwela behind their backs. So there's that. Mseleku and Usne have built the relationship of some sort. So I feel like Mseleku has a better chance at talking to Usne about her respecting his wife. But he won't use that chance because this is Mseleku. He likes drama. Even going around telling MaYeni that he lets the wives walk all over his head. I'm like, which head are they walking all over when you are busy talking back at her like that? Yeah? The dinner. And all the wives are going to the dinner except for MaYeni, and she had let Mseleku know that she's not going to the dinner. So now he's playing a scene where he's going to find out why she doesn't want to go. And he gets there and she tells him she won't go to the dinner because he has called her delusional. She would rather have him go have dinner with the people who make sense. And that's what started the argument. That Mseleku said that he won't apologize to MaYeni because even if he apologizes, she's not gonna let this thing go. She holds on to stuff. And this is part of the reasons why people say that she is delusional. It's because she's complex. He doesn't understand her. And also, as they go back and forth with this delusional word and all of that, they end up at the point where MaYeni says that you might as well call me a mad woman. And then when he was walking out of the diary session, he says that, are you still going to be entertaining this thing of MaYeni's madness? I'm like, sir. So this is the thing I was saying. Sneh got it from her dad to be disrespectful, unaccountable, does not know when to say, I am sorry that I have said that, and I'm so sorry that you are hurt by it. When he's asked to apologize, or when MaYeni is trying to nudge him to apologize, he's saying that I'm not going to apologize because you're going to say that I have apologized because of that. But initially, when she had said it before the apology thing came through, he could have said, I am sorry that I agreed with MaKhumalo that you are delusional. It was wrong of me. And also at the diary session, it was wrong of me to say the same thing. Because now he's also saying, and I like the fact that MaYeni is also saying that you are fit, you are not sick. You come here pretending to be sick because you don't want to be held accountable. Same thing as Mpilo said about her sister. She doesn't notice that Usne got it from their dad. As much as Usne, they said she has developmental issues, but that character flaw, she got it from their dad. And Umpilo, I wonder if she sees this thing and she's like, that's my sister's character. Because that's basically it. Because how on earth is someone saying that what you have said hurt me, and then instead of you apologizing, you go around trying to find reasons as to why you can't apologize? Guys, in which world is Mseleku living in? Because he's sick now, people can't say that what you have said while you were not sick, it hurts me, and when you were getting better, you still said that. Because she's even reminding him that now you are saying I am delusional, I am mad, I am all of these things, but before I had kids for you and I built a home for you and all of these things, you didn't see all of this madness and all of that. And also that thing that I had said that MaYeni did not take care of Mseleku seems to be not true, because when she's telling him that this delusional woman that we are talking about in your diary sessions, in your little diary sessions, when you are alone, she's the one who took care of you when you were not well. Hey guys, it seems like people just because initially we had thought that it's Matsele and MaKhumalo and MaNgwabe that took care of Mseleku. Maybe at the beginning, because MaYeni was also not well, she couldn't take care of him, and they acted like they don't know. And also, she's also addressing that thing of saying that Mseleku does not like to address issues as they arise. So when they were taking the videos or shooting the show, right, recording the show, when they were recording the show, and MaKhumalo said that word delusional before it went on air, or he could have cut off that scene. There was no need, guys, to hurt your other wife just because you want to make us talk on the internet and make us watch. More numbers means more money for when you go negotiate for the next season. You see these things when your priorities are not straight. And also the fact that this woman has always just played Candy Crush and just did the things, and she was not saying anything. She was just a little quiet MaYeni and was not talking to him about the stuff that he does. Because also in this scene, she's saying that there's a lot of things that she has Bekezeling around Mseleku. There are things that he does, but that she doesn't bring to the show. So you see, there are things that happens that we do not get to see as the viewers. Do we want to see? No, because it doesn't build their family. And also watching them doing that argument, for me, I was like, yo, I wonder at what point are they going to. Yeah, but I don't think Mseleku is violent, hey? He doesn't strike me as that type of person. So, but I was just like, hey, I wouldn't be surprised if I hear that MaYeni has left them Zumbe and she has actually left Mseleku, because that argument was just uncomfortable. And you know what causes such a person to blow up like that is because people like to sit on stuff until they are too long. And also, if Mseleku had MaYeni saying that I am not going to go to your dinner, when she was pointing her finger, saying that go and have dinner with people who make sense. And he said, I am so sorry that we had said that you are delusional. I understand that you do not want to come to the dinner. Can we talk about this another time? But no, he sat there and continued to disrespect her and end up calling her that she's not mentally well. And then in his little diary session again, he goes to say that all his wives are delusional. Imagine how these wives are going to feel when they watch that show and say and find out that just because he couldn't stand up to MaKhumalo and say, you cannot call MaYeni delusional. Beside the fact that she's older than you, she is also, but she's not that older than her anyway. But like, besides that, she's my wife, respect my wife, do not call my wife that. That's what a stand-up men do, but Mseleku, no. And she also has reminded him that maybe part of the reasons why you can't correct MaKhumalo when she does things is because she helps you support us. And who told us about that? Him. He said it on the show. But now he's going, why would a man like me, who is like this, get financial help from a woman? No, you said it yourself. No one forced him to say it. He's the one who came up with it. And then now he's going around, even in this season, he went around telling us that MaKhumalo pays for insurance. And he's pretending that it's from the family funds, but we know that it might not be, and we do not have proof that it is. So we might say allegedly she uses her own money. So it means that she's helping him financially. But now the director, the producer, is allowing him to say that that he's what. Why would a man like him allow a woman to pay for his thingy? And also, what's the point of this dinner? Because I saw in the preview that they want to talk about the things that they can do to improve. And I'm like, because you are the type of man that you are, why are you even having this discussion? Because you know what you have done, but because you want to hide behind these women and you want to create a scene through them, then you will go around asking, what do you think I can do to improve? What do you like? Please, man. Like Mseleku needs to get his ish together, because it seems like he's breaking up his family. And he also called MaYeni a blabbering mouth. And I'm like, you know what? Let me Google it and Google it like this: blabbering and delusional. And let me tell you what AI said. Blabbering and delusional refers to someone who is talking repeatedly, incoherently, often in a way that is not based on reality, who holds fixed, false belief despite evidence on the contrary. This behavior is a common symptom of psychosis, a mental state that can be caused by various factors like schizophrenia. What? Schizophrenia. Why is it phernia? Why I always said it's schizophrenia. And delusional disorder and stress-induced psychosis. So he's saying that all of these things that he has said about his wife, they are caused by him, because MaYeni, when he married her, she was not delusional. She was not going through all of these things. So maybe stress that caused the disorder that he's diagnosing all of his wife with. Because it's only him we can blame. So before I go on this, before I end this, I just want to say that the reason why maybe MaYeni was angry throughout these seasons, throughout the whole season, right, It's because you see that dress that she's wearing, she had worn it in the first few episodes when they were arguing about that delusion. So I'm thinking, what if these people who said that those extra episodes they added was to respond to the social media around his wife's moving out, around MaKhumalo being pregnant, and around him being in Ini. It is true. Maybe those episodes were shot this year because it doesn't make sense. The flow of this whole thing is not making sense because you can't tell me that MaYeni, we are seeing her wearing two dresses. She's wearing the green one, then she's wearing the pink one, then Mseleku is wearing the same clothing that he was, the same suit that he wore when he was doing that diary session. And also what makes MaYeni angry around this delusional thing is because he's not backing down. And when before that it was brought up as an apology, it was brought out as something else. At that point, that's when Mseleku should have said that I am so sorry I made you angry. I don't understand why he can't apologize. I don't understand why he's acting like, oh, these things needs to be buried. We need to move on. We need to focus on the future. How do we focus on the future when you do not even know how to say, I am sorry I offended you? Because I feel like that's the thing that he should be doing. But no, he's not doing that. Instead, he's gaslighting her, telling her things that are not relevant to the whole story. Now he's even bringing MaKhumalo to the thing. And he's like, oh, MaKhumalo. And MaYeni tells her that you need to get out of this relationship that I have with your wife. Because also with his wife, she's also persevering. But you know what I like about MaYeni, right? Is the fact that as much as she's persevering with his wives, she doesn't talk about them like that, the way they talk about her. And also with this whole thing, because imagine, it doesn't make sense that in that diary session that she did, that's why I'm saying that the episodes and the diary sessions are not shot up at the same time. Because why is she not bringing the issue of uMaXele fighting with her for sins? It's because it had not happened. Those were added after. Guys, I feel like we need to notice that it is a curated reality TV show, or I'm realizing that it's curated and they added episodes and all of these things so that he can address the stuff that he needed to address. And I hope that we still have few seasons with them, because I mean they bring stories, they bring discussions on social media, and also it makes men and women see the bad side and the good side of polygamy. And with Mseleku, we hardly say it because kuyashuba, it's hot there. We can all see that it's going down and they're having a difficult time. I hope the men that want to get into those type of relationships are learning what not to do. Be an accountable man. Do not go around marrying multiple people without letting your wives know, because now you just look like you are a liar and some sort of a bad person, because the things that this guy is doing, it just makes the whole thing heating up. Because even now, right, she could have brought the number 5 stuff to say that you went around marrying someone else, but it's not relevant to their argument, because the whole thing was brought about by the fact that Mseleku did not want to take a no from MaYeni, and then she's saying that, you know what, he wants to go back to the wives and give them reason as to why MaYeni is not there. Like, why? Why must he tell the other women why she's not there? There's no need. And she's telling him that, why am I being treated differently compared to the other wives? When other people have missed these dinners, these whatever, you do not tell us why they have missed it. You just say someone is not there and we keep it moving. Why, when it is me, now you want to go around explaining my story? And she's saying that she's doing it intentionally to not go there because she knows that because she doesn't want to go. She's intentional about her actions. She doesn't want to share meals with people who think that she's not stable in her head. And thanks, my production, give us a definition of delusional. And I like them. I like them. I like that definition because it explains that thing of beliefs and stuff like that. The same way when I took blubbering, that he said that MaYeni is blubbering and she's acting like a mad woman. Yo, guys, Mseleku is disrespectful. Mseleku does not know how to say I am sorry. He's not an accountable person. His kids got it from him. I hope his wives can see that, because if they don't see it, then they will start thinking that the kids are getting it from somewhere else, and they're going to think that the kids are not fully developed. So it means that even their husband is not, because you can't hold him accountable. You see. But anyway, thanks guys for watching this recap. See you guys on the next one.